I'm Katie.
And I'm Brandon.
ThinkFirst Canada has asked us to talk to you today about diving safely.
ThinkFirst teaches kids like you and me how to prevent spinal cord injuries from diving.
Did you see what happened?
Sort of. I saw the warnings, no diving and shallow end.
Rule is to only dive at the deep end and never dive from the side of any in-ground pool.
Both guys were having so much fun, they forgot about safety and only thought about winning.
The injured boy should have jumped into the water feet first and then gone to the bottom for the disc.
So if you're having fun in a neighborhood pool or swimming at a pool on vacation, always dive into the deep end. Go in feet first in other areas. Which doesn't mean you stop having fun.
Exactly. It just means that when you dive, make sure the water's deep enough. To be absolutely safe, the water's depth should be twice your own height before you dive. In fact, before you dive, you should check to see if the pool even has a deep end.
Many pools today don't have deep ends, and they don't allow diving at all.
Come on in, don't be a sissy. It's not cold, I swear, come on. Ah!
She should never have dived off the dock like that. Why would she dive into shallow water?
First of all, the girl who lived at the cottage should have stopped her friend from diving. She knew it was too dangerous. After all, I doubt her parents would let her dive off the dock anyways.
The last thing you want is for your friends to get hurt, especially when it means they may not be able to walk ever again.
That would be terrible.
Second, don't let anyone, even your brother or sister, tease you into doing something that isn't safe. Always go in feet first the first time. Besides, it's a lot more fun when you know what you're doing. There are so many things I like to do. I like to ride my bike, I like to play soccer, and I'd like to go on camping and canoeing trips with my family. If I'm in a wheelchair, I won't be able to do any of those things.
And that's just what can happen if you don't check to see how deep the water is before you dive in.
What happens when I hit the bottom? Why wouldn't I be able to walk again?
Let's ask.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm fine. Dr. Mascot, this is my friend Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. Please, have a seat, guys.
Brandon and I were wondering why, if you dive in the shallow end of a pool and hit your head, why can't you walk again?
I heard it's called a spinal cord injury, or something like that. Anyway, I don't really know what it is.
Well, the spinal cord is that part of your body that transmits signals from your brain. So, for example, when you decide to move your leg, the message starts off in your brain, goes down into your spinal cord, and then all the way down into your leg, and you start moving that leg.
I get it. So if my spinal cord's broken, then my brain can't tell my legs to move, so I'd have to be in a wheelchair.
That's right.
That's terrible. But why can't you fix a spinal cord? Put a cast on my neck or something.
Well, we're able to fix the bones that protect the spinal cord, but unfortunately, we don't have any medications to fix the spinal cord itself. Maybe in the future, with more research, we'll be able to, but not right now.
Did you understand all that?
Enough to know I'm going to check the water before I dive in. Unless I'm absolutely sure it's twice my own height, I am going to go in feet first the first time.
I guess it's important to know how to dive properly, too. Do you know how to dive?
Yeah, you just push off with your legs and sort of, go in head first, I guess.
Yes. I think we better find out for sure.
Good idea.
Brandon, do you know where we are?
I have no idea.
We're at the Aquatic Swim Center where Philippe is going to teach us how to shallow dive.
You mean Philippe Comtois from Canada's national diving team?
That's right. Why not learn from the best?
Wow.
First of all, you're going to put your feet as wide as your shoulders. Then you bend your knees. You put hands on your feet. You swing them back. And then you push with looking on your side of the pool. And then when you get in the water, you're going to slow down. And when you're done, you swim back. That's easy.
That was fun.
Yeah, diving is fun. I've been doing it since I was 8 years old. But like soccer, like gymnastics, you need rules. When you want to dive in a pool, you have to look how deep it is. You have to be at twice your height.
You think I should join the diving team?
For a lot of practice? Yeah, probably.
Hey, Bob, come down here. Somebody's rolling Dick.
Game over.
Bob, what happened?
Guys,
No bit. Nick, can you hear me? Go call 911.
Did you know that above ground pools have an average depth of just over a meter?
Wow, that's way too shallow for diving, even for doing shallow dives.
Yep, that's why you should never dive into any above ground pool. It just means going in feet first.
Right, that means you don't stop having fun.
Brandon, you know, it's really hard to tell how deep the water is just by looking.
It looks pretty deep to me.
How deep do you think it is?
Up to my chest.
Let me see.
No, don't! How did you know?
I've been out in this lake lots of times. You can walk out pretty far before it gets too deep.
I could have sworn it was deeper than that.
That's why it's never safe to dive into water you're not familiar with. Always going feet first, first time. Besides, there's always logs and rocks floating right below the water's surface. If the water's wavy, you can't see that stuff.
See? I have nothing to worry about. The lifeguard's there if I need help.
Getting a spinal cord injury isn't like drowning. If you're having trouble swimming and sinking under the water, the lifeguard may have a chance to rescue you. But a spinal cord injury that happens when you dive and hit the bottom happens in just seconds. How long does it take to jump from the side and be at the bottom? The injury happens so fast, even a lifeguard couldn't get there in time. Well, Brandon, are you ready to test what we've learned so far?
I'm ready.
Can you see what's wrong in this picture?
That guy's going down the slide head first. By the time he gets to the bottom of the slide, he's going to be moving so fast that he'll probably hit the bottom of the pool with his head.
Besides that, he didn't leave enough time for the slider in front of him to finish her turn. She won't have enough time to move out of the way before he lands.
are diving in at the shallow end. They shouldn't be doing that because the water isn't twice their own height.
Very good.
Okay, Katie, time to test what you've learned.
Come on, let's go swimming.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna hit his head for sure.
He should have noticed the other kids standing in the water. The water only went up to their knees.
Best to go on feet first time, even at the beach. It's hard to tell how deep the water is when the water is so dark.
And if it's so dark, you can't see things underneath the surface, like logs and rocks. Now, let's replay the pictures and make sure no one gets hurt.
When summer comes, we all like to be outdoors.
And we all like to have fun in the water.
And all we have to remember when we're having fun in the water is...
Unless you are absolutely sure how deep the water is, go in feet first the first time.
Diving is fun too, as long as you know the water is twice your own height.
And after you've had lessons, you know what you're doing. No, all this talk about swimming has given me a great idea.
I bet I know what his idea is.
Well, let's go then. See you at the pool.
Bye, have fun.